So, what's your favorite poetry creation story today? Like, is there something ambitious, inspiring, funny? And it doesn't have to be you. Like, do you have, somebody that had an interesting poetry creation story? I'd just love to hear those because I think, you know, creatives don't get to hear some of those neat stories that happen in the background.
Poetry. I do have sort of a funny story about how me and my open mic co-host met. So I co-host the open mic. It's at Lonzo's Cafe in Carborough, and that happens on the second and fourth Friday of every month. So for folks in the Triangle area, North
Very
Carolina,
good.
I used to go to this also really great open mic, but mostly music open mic in Hillsborough at Yonder Bar, if you've been there.
Okay.
And Joe had just moved to the area, found out about this open mic, showed up, and he saw on the sign up sheet, it was like musician, musician, musician. And he's like,
Mhm.
who is this, ballsy person who read some poems amidst all these musicians? So then he proceeded to just approach random people in the bar and he's like, hey, are you Aaron? Or eventually he found me and we started talking about poetry and yeah, just sort of immediately became friends through poetry. And yeah, and then, probably a few months into our friendship, we were talking about how we wish there's so many great music open mics in the area, but
Yep.
there really find any that were dedicated to poetry. So we're like, well, let's create it ourselves. And we've been doing that for a little over a year now, and it's been so nice. It's just such a nice community.